This is your Friday file for all my supporters, monthly and annual. I was trying to get this file out a day early, but I ran into design space issues. And I had to trash my file and start over. Well, Louise's file. Louise was kind enough to share her file with me because I was running so far behind with all the revamp stuff. So she has helped me out this week with my files. And I want to give her a great big shout out and a thank you for that. If you see her in the groups, please thank her. So we have, and I wasn't sure what this piece was. It looked like, yep, it was an inside piece because of the way the file's laid out. To get it to score so you can line stuff up, she's added these score lines. But if you do that, then you can't write on the inside of your card. So you're going to need that panel. And what I have done is I printed mine on vellum. And then you can see that it's shiny. When it came out of my printer, because vellum takes longer to dry, this is inkjet. It is inkjet. It takes a little longer to dry, and you can I'll try to get it close. It's not completely covered, but I'm fine with that. I wanted it to kind of look like dew, and that's the way it came out. It's very pretty. But when you print on vellum, it takes a while for it to dry, unless you buy the printable kind. It has a coating on it that allows it to dry faster. So what I did is I just took some of my embossing powder, clear, and sprinkled it on there, and then dumped it off. My registration mark, just there at the bottom, it did get some on there, but I didn't have any problem cutting it. It cut it just fine. You can see there where it flashes. That's where it was at. It's still a little shiny, and some of this is probably, yes, still a little damp. You see how it's smudged? Because it does take a while to dry. But you can quicken it up by putting some embossing powder on it and going from there. I just moved my star wheels over so if they went through some wet ink, it didn't smudge all over my pretty design. Now, she did hers in Valentine's theme, and that's what you're going to see in the file. All I did, my file, I'm doing mine for Easter. I used the Curious Bunny file from Creative Fabrica. We got it on a dollar deal the other day. We posted that up, so hopefully you got it. If not, you can upload whatever images you want. But I just uploaded some watercolor PNGs from that, and I printed them on my little cards. So I'm trying not to get any ink on this white paper where I just handled that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold on that score line. And I confess I did not use my scoring wheels, so I'm just going to work with it. I used my scoring stylus instead. I'm just going to use my bone folder, and we're going to press that down. And so I don't mess up, I want to go ahead and put my vellum in there. Okay, so that's the way that's going to look. Going to be pretty, and they can still write with an ink pen on this. I'm just going to use a little bit of my Nuvo runner. You can use art glitter glue. Art glitter glue will show less than anything. I'm using this tape runner just for time purposes so I can get the video going and edited. I'm just going to pop that down right on the inside of my card. How pretty is that? You can still write on it. You can write on it and then cover it with the vellum, and it will be very pretty like that as well. So if you're using marker, it's going to take a while to dry on that, so use a ballpoint pen. Make sure it's good and dry before you start. And I use Cricut cardstock for my base. And then we have these pieces. You have 3 of them, and one's just a little bit different, and you're going to fold those on those score lines. And now I'm folding mine both ways. And I hope I remember how to put this together. When I first did it, I glued it wrong. I messed myself up. So we're just going to fold, and then you have a score line on these here also, right there. And I'm folding mine both ways just to give it some play. And then this one also has some scores. I forgot those. And I cut this from my Cricut paper as well. Same as my base. And then we're going to do this one. Okay. So now we have those folded. And then you're going to want to get your base again. And then we are going to take this piece. Doesn't matter, these two are the same. So either one that you want to take, you're going to get those two. And then you're just going to put glue on this piece. Okay? I'm just going to glue that up. And then we're going to place it in that first score box. And you'll want to get that even. It really needs to be good and even. I'm just going to take my bone folder and rub that down. Hopefully I've got mine straight. I'm just going to fold that back. Then we're going to take this second one. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to put this one on the third spot. You don't want to get any glue on your frame part there. You just want on that piece only. And now we're going to come down to spot number 3 of those scores. We're going to line that one up. Then we're going to take this little dude here. And it's almost the same except that piece is missing out of the center there. And we're just going to glue that one up. And you guessed it, right in that middle box of score. The score boxes. Let's get that glue spread out. All right. And then you're going to take your frame piece. Okay, and I cut this from Stampin' Up! Cardstock. I cut 2 just in case I may use both of them. I don't know. But I'm just going to kind of, just kind of fold these pieces back out of my way. Okay, just going to lay those back out of my way. And now we're going to put glue on this, but you don't want to get it on this solid area. Just want to come around that frame. Right there. Then we're going to take this frame and we are going to line that up and get it good and even and press that down. There we go, just like that. All right. Then we're going to lift this piece up. You can see, and I'm just going to put it on these 2 tails here. Actually, I wanted to wait on that one, but it's okay. I'm just going to lay it flat, and then I'm just going to, oh, no, I'm not either. Not going to let me do it that way. Okay, so what we're going to do is just line this. You're trying to get this frame up even here. There we go. Now I can lay it flat. There we go. I'm pretty sure that I got that glued wrong again. Can't remember. Yep, there we go. Make sure it's straight up and down. It's coming right up to this one. I almost glued mine wrong again. Again, yes, I did on the first one. There we go. Push it that way, and then you can line it up like I was trying to do. I don't think I'm even over here. Something's not even. want it to lay flat. I apologize, my dogs are barking. Okay, now we have that one. Now we're going to bring this one in, and I'm just going to fold it back completely. One moment, let me stop my dogs. I apologize. So now I'm just going to place it on that frame all the way around, not getting it past that score line. Okay, and I'm just going to lay that frame down right up on top of it. So then you should have something that looks like this. Okay? Oops, that's not dry yet. You want to wait till it dries. And I think that I am going to beef up my frame by putting another one on top of it, just to give it some, because it's going to get worked, and I want it to be good and sturdy. Okay, and then we're just going to lay that right on top. Hopefully this won't mess up the way my card works. It shouldn't. Okay, because that's going to get a lot of play on it. And we're just going to distribute that glue out. Okay, so then you should have something looking like this. And I'm just going to give these another rub down just to get it going. Okay, so once you've got it together, it should look just like this. And then when you play with your mechanism, it's going to make it look like it's flipping. So now these are the three pieces. There are three panels that are alike, and these go back here just to pretty it up. Okay, and where we had those glued to it. I guess you could put a frame over the bottom if you wanted down there, but I'm just going to place that in. Get some little bit of pretty in there. You could do this before you put your frame on too, probably easier. I just didn't. So when it's closed, now it kind of looks like that. Now comes the fun part. And what we're going to do here, I am just going to lay all of my panels on and glue them up, center them up and glue them, and then we'll come back and finish putting the card together. Okay guys, so now I've got all my little panels glued together. Now you have to decide which way you want them. And I want the front of mine to say spring has sprung, okay? So I'm going to lay this just like it is, just down in here, and then we're going to place glue on the white part of that panel. And then we're just going to line up our image right inside that square and place it down. Oops, this is, yep, that's right. Okay. I was fixing to say I put mine backwards, but I didn't. This is going to be your card front. Okay. And now we're going to do the same thing. You don't want to get up under the glue there, so give yourself some glue, but don't get into your frame area. You don't want it to, you don't want to glue it shut. Just going to glue this guy right in there. Okay. And then the same And I did do mine backwards. Sprung has spring. Glad it's not dry yet. Almost. Art glitter glue dries quick. Salvage. Let's try that again. And there go. My dogs didn't bark the whole time that I was gluing my panels, and then all of a sudden, somebody must be walking in the park. My apologies. And now my goof up here, we're going to fix that. Put the third one over here. And she still wants to go on. Somebody was walking their dog in the park. She's not happy about it. So now I have those three on there, okay? So when they pull that, then you're going to reveal your other three. So now you need to decide which way you want those in there. And we're going to glue this whole piece, because we're going to stick it right down in there, and we're going to glue the two pieces together. So I want to make sure that they're even. We're just going to stick those right there together. Okay. And then the second one, I want Easter in the middle. We're going to slide it right down inside there and line it up with the other. Make sure you get those corners in there glued. And then our last one. We're going to slide that one in. Yeah, the first one, when I was deciding what I wanted to do, I didn't get my frame in there good on that one. Make sure you get yours lined up really good, but I can fix that. Just going to come in here and doctor that right on up. I'll do it after. I'm just going to trim that off where I got off there. Okay, so I'll trim that off after. But then you're going to push that down. You're going to give that another rub because it gets kind of thick. And then you have your card just like so. And I'm stuck. There we go. How cool is that? Thank you, Louise, for setting that file up for us. And I've done mine on an Easter theme. You can do yours on whatever you want to do. Very, very, very nice. Thank you very much. This will fit the slimline envelopes. I think I did those just couple of months ago. I gave you guys those slimline cards back in the fall and Christmas, for fall and Christmas, November. So you have those envelopes. You can just copy and paste them if you're in the new canvas over. Love, love, love. All right, I am going to add some Nuvo drops and some sequins to mine, and you can only do one side at a time when I do this. I think I'm going to start with this side. I'm just going to add a couple of Nuvo drops in here. You can add whatever you want. I probably should have done sequins here. As a matter of fact, I think I will, because that's going to be closed up. And I want that to be flat, and I won't have to wait on it to dry. There we go. I know this opens. There it is. I'm just going to grab my tweezers. I'm going to go in and grab a few out. Let's see. Just going to put me a little dot of glue. And scatter these about inside. I can grab hold. Sometimes sequins and I don't get along. How cute. Do I like 2 or 3? I think I'm gonna put 3 there. Give that a second to dry. Should have gotten some of those mini sequins out, but little bitty mini ones would probably do better. Just gonna put 1 on this card. Doesn't want to stick. Well, it wants to stick to me. I should rephrase that. And maybe 1 here. Such a fun little card. All right. I did something here. Oh, that's right. Louise did tell me she forgot to trim a piece off of these. So you want to trim that down just a slight, just barely. And that's why I'm having trouble. I forgot. She did tell me that. So on these panels, make sure that you trim them down. Just skim them. Just take a square and skim it down, or resize it down just a little bit on your height. Not your width, just your height. Just skim one down, just a hair, and it'll be fine. And then I'm going to use some Nuvo drops over here. And you can get these on scrapbook.com. I'm not putting one in that corner. I don't want to put one in that corner. How cute. Love, love, love. Thank you, Louise, for that file. I'm going to let this dry, guys, and then I'm going to take some photos and get this posted up for you guys. I will catch you on the next video. Hope you enjoyed this week's tutorial and file. Thank you again, Louise. You guys have a great day.